In an era defined by economic uncertainty and shifting geopolitical landscapes, the need for collaboration among nations has never been more pressing. The recent discussions surrounding Europe's approach to building coalitions of the willing underscore a significant opportunity for nations to address common challenges, particularly in the realms of trade and economic policy. As policymakers navigate the complexities of the global economy, the emphasis on forming alliances could reshape the way countries respond to emerging issues. On February 14, 2025, a report from VoxEU.org highlighted the critical role of such coalitions in Europe's economic strategy. The report points to the necessity for nations to bolster their frameworks for cooperation as challenges like inflation, trade disputes, and commodity price fluctuations continue to impact economies across the continent. With the specter of inflation still looming large, understanding the dynamics of commodity prices and their connection to broader economic cycles has become essential for strategic policy formulation. According to a recent analysis published by CEPR, there is strong historical evidence linking commodity prices to inflation rates, especially when examining data from 1851 to 1913. Economists Stephen Gerlach and Rebecca Stewart emphasize that rising commodity prices, often driven by demand fluctuations in the global business cycle, exert considerable influence on inflationary trends. This relationship highlights the potential for countries to leverage cooperative strategies in managing economic challenges, particularly as they pertain to trade policies and tariff structures. In the United States, the conversation about tariffs remains pivotal, as evidenced by an upcoming presentation at Kentucky Wesleyan College. Economist Dr. David A. Baer will discuss the implications of tariffs within the context of current economic conditions. His research at the American Institute for Economic Research has focused on how government finance intersects with economic incentives, illustrating the importance of informed policy decisions in an era marked by protectionist sentiments. Dr. Hebert's insights will be instrumental in understanding how tariffs can both protect local industries and complicate international trade relationships. Meanwhile, in the political arena, former President Donald Trump's recent proposal to halt the minting of pennies has sparked debate over its implications for consumers and the economy. As reported by the Wall Street Journal, this move is aimed at reducing costs associated with coin production while simplifying transactions. However, it also raises questions about the broader impact on inflation and consumer behavior, particularly in a time when every financial decision is scrutinized. As Europe and the United States grapple with these multifaceted challenges, the emphasis on building coalitions of the willing serves as a beacon of potential collaboration. By fostering partnerships that prioritize common interests, countries can better navigate the complexities of the global economy. The coming months may reveal the true extent to which policymakers can harness these alliances to not only address immediate economic concerns but also lay the groundwork for a more resilient future. In conclusion, the interplay between commodity prices, tariffs, and coalition building will undoubtedly shape the economic landscape in the near future. As nations strive to overcome mutual challenges through cooperation, the lessons learned from historical data and contemporary economic discourse will be paramount. The ability of countries to adapt and forge strategic partnerships will be crucial as they seek to thrive amidst uncertainty, setting the stage for a new era of international economic collaboration. In a noteworthy development for the field of antenna technology, researchers at the University of Michigan's Electrical and Computer Engineering (ECE) department have made significant strides in enhancing the performance of electrically small antennas. Their recent paper, titled Spacetime Modulation of a Multimode Electrically Small Antenna for Increased Matching and Efficiency Bandwidths, has been prominently featured on the homepage of the IEEE Transactions on Antennas and Propagation TAP journal, highlighting its potential impact on wireless communication systems. The research, co-authored by PhD students Zachary Fritz and Amir Hossein Babi along with Professor Anthony Gerbich and Assistant Research Scientist Steve Young, addresses a long-standing limitation in antenna design. As Fritz explained, the miniaturization of wireless devices is constrained by their antennas. which often struggle to balance efficiency and bandwidth, two critical metrics for effective data transmission. This challenge is particularly pronounced in electrically small antennas, which are defined as antennas that are physically smaller than the wavelength of the signals they transmit. Fritz elaborated on the core innovation presented in their study. Our proposed method leverages time variation of an antenna's electrical properties to enhance bandwidth without sacrificing efficiency. This breakthrough could pave the way for the development of ultra-small wireless sensors and communication devices crucial for the next generation of Internet of Things (IoT) applications. The implications of this research are vast, potentially enabling advancements in remote sensing, long-range communications, and compact biological sensors. In their experiments, the research team utilized tunable elements known as varactors to create an antenna with time-varying capacitance, akin to a wave moving through a stadium filled with fans. This innovative design allows the antenna to function over a broader bandwidth than traditional time-invariant systems. The team's simulations have demonstrated a tenfold improvement compared to current state-of-the-art antennas, marking a significant milestone in the evolution of antenna technology. However, the project was not without its challenges. Fritz initially attempted to mathematically model the system, but the complexity soon became overwhelming. He pivoted to simulations to better understand the antenna's behavior, which ultimately informed his mathematical modeling approach. This iterative process underscored the experimental nature of the research, revealing unexpected results that contributed to the study's success. The researchers are currently collaborating with SRI International to test a prototype of the time-modulated antenna. Fritz is focused on demonstrating the stability of the antenna essential for its practical applications. If successful, this research could redefine the standards of efficiency for antennas, which have historically been based on static models. Having their work recognized by IEEE TAP is a significant honor for the team, especially as the journal transitions to an exclusively online platform. Fritz expressed his gratitude, noting that the recognition serves as an endorsement of the research's contribution to the field. As the research progresses towards prototype testing, the team remains optimistic about the potential applications of their findings in real-world scenarios. The implications of their work could be transformative, not only for the design of antennas but also for the future of wireless communications, making it a development worth watching in the coming years. In a groundbreaking study published in the journal Cell, researchers have revealed new insights into the brain's unique ability to cleanse itself while we sleep. This process, often referred to as brainwashing, is facilitated by the glymphatic system, a complex network of vessels that clears toxic waste from the brain, including harmful proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease. The study, led by neuroscientist Maiken Nedergaard and her team, suggests that certain sleep aids may interfere with this vital nightly ritual, raising significant questions about the implications of sleep medications on brain health. For years it has been understood that sleep is not merely a time for rest but an active phase of maintenance and repair for the brain. The glymphatic system plays a crucial role in this process, functioning similarly to a rinse cycle that flushes out toxins. However, the mechanics behind this phenomenon were not fully understood until recently. Researchers aim to uncover the black hole in our knowledge of how cerebrospinal fluid circulates in the brain, facilitating this cleansing action. To achieve this, the team conducted experiments on sleeping mice, monitoring brain activity, fluid movement, and blood flow. They discovered that the release of norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter linked to the body's stress response, triggered rhythmic oscillations in the brain's blood vessels. These oscillations, occurring approximately every 50 seconds, created a pump-like effect that allowed cerebrospinal fluid to flow freely, carrying away waste as blood volume fluctuated. The brain is the only organ with a skull around it, meaning it has a defined volume, Nedergaard explained. So every time blood volume in the brain changes, cerebrospinal fluid has to move to compensate. While these findings provide a clearer understanding of the glymphatic system's operation, they also highlight the impact of sleep medications, particularly zolpidem, commonly known as Ambien. The study found that mice treated with zolpidem exhibited significantly reduced fluid movement, indicating that the sedative disrupts the brain's natural cleansing process. Bryce Mander, an associate professor at UC Irvine, described this disruption as impactful, marking it as early evidence of the glymphatic system being affected by sedatives. The implications of these findings are profound, particularly for the estimated 8% of Americans who rely on sleep medications. While these drugs can provide immediate relief for those suffering from chronic insomnia, the potential long-term consequences on brain health remain unclear. We need to think about how we evaluate our sleep medications to ensure they aren't disrupting the fundamental functions of sleep support, Mander emphasized, urging further examination of the effects of various sleep aids on brain health. Experts caution against abruptly discontinuing prescribed sleep medications based solely on this study, as many individuals depend on these drugs for their well-being. However, the research adds to a growing body of evidence suggesting that the long-term use of such medications may pose risks, including potential links to increased dementia risk. The complexity of this issue is compounded by the difficulty in determining whether these risks are a direct result of the medications or the underlying sleep disorders that necessitate their use. As the scientific community continues to explore the relationship between sleep and brain health, alternatives like cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia (CBTI) are gaining traction as a first-line treatment. CBTI is often more effective in the long run and does not carry the same risks associated with sleep medications. This new research by Nedergaard and her team not only sheds light on the intricate workings of the brain during sleep but also serves as a crucial reminder that not all sleep is created equal. As we move forward, understanding the balance between effective sleep aids and maintaining the brain's natural functions will be essential in shaping future therapeutic approaches to insomnia and other sleep disorders. The quest for restorative sleep free from the potential pitfalls of sedatives remains a vital area of exploration in the ongoing dialogue about health and wellness. In an era where the unpredictability of weather patterns poses significant challenges to societies worldwide, the collaboration among public, private, and research weather entities has become increasingly vital. The fusion of these distinct sectors not only enhances weather forecasting but also fosters innovation that can mitigate the impacts of climate change and extreme weather events. This unique alliance underscores the importance of a multifaceted approach to weather prediction and risk management. Public weather agencies like the U.S. National Weather Service (NWS) and the European Centre for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts (ECMWF) serve a crucial role in providing reliable meteorological data to the public at no cost. These organizations, funded by government resources, maintain extensive networks of observation tools, including satellites and radar systems, to ensure that accurate weather information is accessible to everyone. Their primary mission revolves around public safety, focusing on issuing severe weather warnings and emergency preparedness guidelines. However, their limited budgets can hinder their ability to innovate quickly, a challenge that private weather companies often address. Private weather firms leverage public data but enhance it with proprietary models and cutting-edge analytics. Their business-driven approach allows them to invest significantly in technology and innovation, producing highly localized forecasts that are indispensable for specific sectors such as aviation, agriculture, and energy. For instance, oil and gas companies depend on precise weather forecasts to navigate offshore drilling operations and prepare for severe weather disruptions. While private companies excel in providing granular, hyper-accurate weather insights that public agencies may overlook, their services often come with a price, making them accessible primarily to paying customers. Research universities play an equally critical role in this ecosystem by bridging the gap between public and private sectors. Institutions like the Cooperative Institute for Severe and High-Impact Weather Research and Operations (CIRO) at the University of Oklahoma conduct foundational research that informs both public and private weather strategies. Their focus on long-term scientific discovery fosters collaborations that lead to significant advancements in meteorological science, such as the development of ensemble forecasting techniques which improve the reliability of weather predictions. The synergy among these three sectors creates a dynamic environment for innovation and knowledge sharing. Partnerships, such as those between the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration (NOAA) and various private and academic entities, facilitate the swift transfer of research findings into practical applications. Collaborations like these aim to enhance early warning systems for extreme weather events, ultimately saving lives and reducing economic losses. As climate change continues to reshape weather patterns globally, the necessity for robust weather prediction capabilities becomes even more pronounced. The combined efforts of public agencies, private companies, and research institutions not only enhance forecasting accuracy but also bolster community resilience against the impacts of extreme weather. In a landscape where adaptability and rapid response are critical, the integration of resources and expertise from these diverse sectors represents an effective strategy for navigating the complexities of weather and climate. Looking ahead, the ongoing collaboration between these entities promises to yield even more sophisticated forecasting tools and strategies. As technology continues to evolve, the potential for integrating artificial intelligence and machine learning in weather prediction will likely transform the landscape further, enabling more precise and timely responses to weather-related challenges. This partnership model stands as a beacon of hope as societies strive to adapt to an increasingly uncertain climate future. In the competitive landscape of modern workplaces, individuals often turn to various tactics to gain an edge. However, a common strategy, repeating a colleague or client's name during conversations, is increasingly viewed as off-putting and in some cases creepy. This shift in perception highlights a growing discomfort with techniques once considered benign or even effective in fostering rapport. Historically, the repetition of names has been employed as a psychological tool aimed at enhancing personal connections and improving sales outcomes. Sales professionals and leaders have long believed that using a person's name can create a sense of familiarity and trust. A sentiment echoed in Dale Carnegie's classic How to Win Friends and Influence People. Carnegie famously stated, "Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language." Despite this, many individuals on the receiving end of this tactic now find it condescending and insincere. Recent anecdotes illustrate this sentiment. Steve Dickerman, a startup founder in Chicago, recounted a negative experience with a salesperson who incessantly used his name in a manner that felt forced and manipulative. It came across as mandated friendliness, Dickerman remarked, emphasizing how such tactics can undermine genuine communication. Similarly, communications teacher T.J. Guttermson expressed discomfort, stating, "I feel icky when someone says my name every other sentence." These experiences are increasingly common. As more people become aware of the underlying motives behind name repetition, the backlash against this technique can be attributed to a broader cultural shift towards authenticity in professional interactions. As workplace dynamics evolve, employees and clients alike are prioritizing genuine connections over scripted niceties. This preference for authenticity can be particularly pronounced in high-stakes environments where individuals are acutely aware of being influenced. James Davis, a former gas station worker, recalled a similar experience with a repeat customer, highlighting how forced familiarity can create discomfort rather than rapport. Interestingly, while the tactic is falling out of favor, there remains a contingent that defends its efficacy. Some, like Greg Fahey, a basketball coach, view name repetition as a superpower that can enhance interpersonal connections. However, experts like Frank Cespedes, a senior lecturer at Harvard Business School, argue that the effectiveness of name repetition is context-dependent. It matters who you're dealing with, he noted, indicating that the tactic might still hold value in certain situations but is not a universal solution for building relationships. This dichotomy in perceptions raises critical questions about the future of communication in professional settings. As companies strive to foster inclusive and supportive environments, the emphasis on authentic interactions may lead to a decline in manipulative strategies that prioritize sales over relationships. The challenge will be for professionals to find a balance between effective communication techniques and the need for genuine engagement. As workplaces continue to evolve, the dynamics of interpersonal communication will likely remain under scrutiny. For now, the trend suggests a movement away from tactics perceived as insincere, pushing professionals to cultivate relationships based on authenticity and mutual respect. As organizations adapt to these changing expectations, the focus will increasingly shift towards fostering environments where all employees feel valued and understood. The implications of this transformation could redefine not only how individuals interact but also how success is measured in the workplace moving forward. In a significant diplomatic shift, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has expressed a willingness to engage in dialogue with Russia, framing this as part of a broader initiative proposed by former President Donald Trump. This unexpected openness comes amidst ongoing tensions and a complex geopolitical landscape, signaling a potential turning point in the protracted conflict that has gripped Eastern Europe. Zelensky's comments made during a press briefing on February 14, 2025, suggest a strategic recalibration as Ukraine navigates its path forward. "We are open to discussions, and if there is a framework that can help us reach a sustainable peace, we are willing to explore it," he asserted, referring to Trump's proposed plan. This willingness to negotiate marks a notable departure from Ukraine's previously firm stance against dialogue with Russia, particularly in the wake of its territorial incursions and aggressive posturing. The context surrounding Zelensky's remarks is critical. The war, which has resulted in significant casualties and displacement, has left Ukraine in a precarious position. Trump's proposal reportedly emphasizes a phased withdrawal of Russian troops and a commitment to respecting Ukraine's sovereignty, although details remain sparse. Analysts suggest that this could be an attempt to leverage Trump's unique relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin, potentially facilitating a more favorable outcome for Ukraine. The implications of this development are manifold. Should negotiations commence, it could alter the trajectory of Western support for Ukraine, especially if the Trump administration gains traction in the upcoming electoral cycle. Many observers are keenly aware of the mixed reactions this approach may elicit among Ukraine's allies, particularly in Europe, where skepticism about engaging with Russia remains high. Meanwhile, the potential for a diplomatic resolution raises questions about the future of US-Russia relations. Historically contentious, any thawing of these relations could have profound implications not only for regional stability but also for global geopolitics. As Zelensky navigates this complex landscape, his willingness to engage in dialogue could either pave the way for reconciliation or risk undermining Ukraine's hard-fought gains over the past few years. In another significant development within the tech landscape, TikTok has made a triumphant return to the US app stores of both Apple and Google, following a temporary suspension that had sent ripples through the digital community. This resurgence comes after President Trump announced a delay on a ban that would have seen the popular social media platform removed due to national security concerns linked to its Chinese ownership by ByteDance. The decision to reinstate TikTok reflects a broader strategy by the Trump administration to address both national security and economic interests amid a politically charged environment. Trump emphasized that tech giants would not face penalties for continuing to host the app, alleviating concerns that had persisted since the initial threat of a ban. "We are committed to ensuring that American companies can operate freely while safeguarding our national interests," Trump stated, highlighting the delicate balance his administration seeks to maintain. The impact of this decision is substantial, as TikTok remains one of the most downloaded apps in the US, boasting over 52 million downloads in 2024 alone. The app's return signals a reprieve for its user base, which includes a significant portion of the American population, particularly younger demographics who have embraced the platform for its creative and social engagement capabilities. The U.S. digital landscape, often characterized by rapid shifts and regulatory challenges, seems poised for further developments as stakeholders assess the implications of this reinstatement. As both Ukraine and TikTok navigate their respective challenges, the coming months are likely to be pivotal. Zelensky's willingness to negotiate with Russia could reshape the narrative around the conflict, while TikTok's revival could reignite discussions about digital sovereignty and the future of technology regulation in America. These narratives underscore a broader theme of adaptability in the face of adversity, setting the stage for what lies ahead in both geopolitical and technological arenas. In a remarkable demonstration of the capabilities of modern astrophysics, the James Webb Space Telescope JWST has unveiled a stunning image of a cosmic structure affectionately dubbed HH30, which intriguingly resembles a giant hamburger. This extraordinary formation, located approximately 475 light-years from Earth, is a Herbig-Haro object, a luminous cloud of gas and dust surrounding a newborn star. The discovery not only fascinates astronomers for its visual appeal but also serves as a window into the complex processes of star formation and the origins of planetary systems. The HH30 structure is part of a dark cloud known as LDN 1551, situated in the constellation Taurus. This medium-sized nebula is a bustling nursery for several stars, with HH30 standing out due to its unusual shape. The term hamburger is a whimsical metaphor for its form, which features a central dense region of material, the patty, surrounded by a halo of gas and dust, representing the bun. This peculiar appearance arises from the interplay of gravitational and gas pressure forces within the nebula, creating an environment ripe for stellar birth. The collaboration between JWST, the Hubble Space Telescope, and the Atacama Large Millimeter/Submillimeter Array ALMA has yielded unprecedented insights into HH30. Astronomers are particularly intrigued by newly observed structures within the nebula, including a curious arc of material that could be indicative of dynamic interactions at play. Some researchers hypothesize that the protostar at the heart of May 30th actually be a binary system with two stars orbiting each other closely, potentially influencing the surrounding material and leading to the formation of the unusual arc. In addition to the striking visual characteristics, the study of HH30 has revealed significant information about the processes that govern star and planet formation. As matter collapses under its own gravity, it heats up and forms a protostar. The material that falls onto the protostar does not descend directly, rather it forms an accretion disk that rotates around the star. This disk is crucial for the eventual formation of planets as dust and gas coalesce over time to create larger celestial bodies. What makes this discovery particularly poignant is its connection to our own solar system's history. May 30th very well resemble what our Sun looked like during its formative years approximately 4.6 billion years ago. The observations made by JWST and its collaborators not only deepen our understanding of the cosmic processes involved in star formation but also provide a glimpse into the very origins of our planet. Looking ahead, astronomers anticipate that further studies of HH30 and similar structures will unveil even more secrets of the universe. With the advanced capabilities of instruments like JWST, the exploration of star formation and planetary origins is just beginning. As we piece together these cosmic puzzles, we gain invaluable insights into the conditions that led to the creation of our own world, and the ongoing quest for knowledge in the realms of astrophysics continues to inspire wonder and curiosity in the scientific community and beyond. In a world increasingly driven by technological advancements and a growing emphasis on diversity and inclusion, the inaugural Sony Women in Technology Award with Nature aims to recognize and empower women researchers making significant contributions in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM. The award ceremony, held in February 2025 at Sony Group's headquarters in Shinagawa, Tokyo, honored 3 outstanding winners and a judge's commendation honoree, each selected for their groundbreaking research. The winners of the award, each receiving a substantial prize of $250,000, are Dr. Kiana Aaron from the University of California, San Diego, Dr. Amanda Randles from Duke University, and early career recipient Dr. Yuting Wan from King Abdullah University of Science and Technology in Saudi Arabia. Aaron has gained recognition for her pioneering work in bioengineering, specifically in fusing biology with electronics, which has significant implications for precision medicine. Randalls is being acknowledged for her innovative research in digital twin technology, which integrates computational models with wearable technologies to provide personalized insights into cardiovascular health. Wan's work in silicon photonics focuses on integrating light sources onto silicon chips, enhancing energy efficiency in data communication. At the ceremony, key figures including Kenichiro Yoshida, chairman and CEO of Sony Group, and Dr. Magdalena Skipper, editor-in-chief of Nature, expressed their commitment to advancing women's roles in technology and research. The event featured keynote speeches and presentations from the awardees showcasing the impact of their work on society and the environment. Additionally, the judge's commendation was awarded to Dr. Jawan Lee from the University of Adelaide for her innovative research that combines nanoscale 3D printing with optical fiber technology to develop hair-thin endoscopes. This recognition underscores the increasing visibility of women in technology and their contributions to addressing societal challenges through scientific research. This initiative aligns with a broader push within the academic and scientific communities to create more inclusive environments that recognize the achievements of women and other underrepresented groups in STEM fields. The award serves not only as a celebration of individual accomplishments but also as a call to action for continued support and investment in diverse talent within the technology sector. As the conversation around diversity in technology evolves, awards like the Sony Women in Technology Award with Nature pave the way for future recognition of women researchers who are transforming their fields and inspiring the next generation of scientists and innovators. The ongoing commitment to such initiatives will be critical in ensuring that the contributions of women in technology are not only acknowledged but celebrated as essential to the advancement of science and society as a whole. Looking ahead, it is anticipated that the momentum generated by this award will encourage further initiatives aimed at fostering diversity and equity in research, ultimately leading to a richer and more innovative scientific landscape. In a significant shift for one of the most influential publications in the business world, Harvard Business Review (HBR) has appointed Amy Bernstein as its new editor-in-chief, marking the first change in that role in 16 years. Bernstein, who has been with HBR since 2011 and previously served as the editor of its bi-monthly magazine, succeeds Adi Ignatius, who will transition to the role of editor-at-large. Ignatius is set to lead a new initiative aimed at addressing the pressing challenges faced by C-suite executives, a project expected to launch in the second quarter of this year. Under Bernstein's leadership, HBR has solidified its reputation as a trusted source of insights for senior leaders, winning multiple accolades including nominations for the National Magazine Award for General Excellence. Amy Bernstein is a highly respected and brilliant editor who has worked closely with Adi in driving HBR's evolution for more than a decade, remarked Sarah McConville, co-president of Harvard Business Publishing. Bernstein's extensive background in business journalism includes senior roles at renowned publications such as PwC's Strategy Plus Business and Business 2.0. And she is also recognized as the founding co-host of HBR's award-winning Women at Work podcast, which has just celebrated its 10th season. This transition comes at a time when the business landscape is rapidly evolving and the need for insightful, actionable content is more critical than ever. Bernstein's appointment is expected to further enhance HBR's commitment to providing cutting-edge insights into management, leadership, and organizational dynamics. As she steps into this prominent role, Bernstein is poised to navigate the complexities of modern business challenges while building upon HBR's 103-year legacy of publishing influential ideas. Meanwhile, Ignatius's new project reflects a growing recognition of the unique challenges faced by senior executives today, as the business environment becomes increasingly volatile. The demand for tailored resources that address strategic decision-making and leadership effectiveness continues to rise. The forthcoming offering for C-suite leaders promises to be a timely addition to HBR's repertoire aimed at equipping high-level executives with the tools necessary to thrive amid uncertainty. As Bernstein takes the helm, the future of Harvard Business Review looks promising, with a renewed focus on innovation and relevance in a rapidly changing world. With her extensive experience and proven track record, she is well positioned to lead the publication into its next chapter, ensuring that it remains a pivotal resource for leaders seeking to navigate the complexities of modern business. In recent weeks, the intersection of technology, politics, and public policy has come under intense scrutiny as the Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE), a controversial initiative overseen by Elon Musk and backed by President Trump, has begun to reshape the landscape of federal governance. Amidst a rapidly evolving news cycle, Katie Drummond, Wired's global editorial director and senior politics editor Leah Feger, delved into the intricacies of DOGE's operations and the implications of its current trajectory during a recent episode of their podcast Uncanny Valley. The past few weeks have seen unprecedented developments, including President Trump's executive order reaffirming his support for DOGE, which has embarked on aggressive workforce reductions across various federal agencies. Notably, Feger reported a significant purge at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, where dozens of employees received abrupt termination notifications by email starkly impersonal in their delivery. This is slash and burn, Drummond noted, drawing parallels to Musk's management style previously observed at Twitter. The podcast highlighted the alarming nature of the personnel changes within DOGE, particularly the appointment of young, inexperienced individuals to key positions in government IT roles. These roles, which include chief information officers responsible for managing sensitive data and databases, have seen individuals closely associated with Musk and his business ventures. These young men aged 19 to 24 have found themselves with the keys to many different government agencies right now, Feger explained, raising concerns about their lack of experience in government operations and potential access to classified information. As the discussion unfolded, the hosts examined the peculiarities surrounding DOGE's establishment. Initially presented as a consultancy to advise the federal government on efficiency, DOGE has morphed into a quasi-official entity operating within the executive office of the president. This transformation has sparked concerns among experts about the implications for governmental oversight and accountability. This so-called department is not an actual department, Feger pointed out, emphasizing the legal ambiguities surrounding its authority. The conversation also touched on the recruitment strategies employed by DOGE, which have raised eyebrows. Some candidates were reportedly recruited through informal channels such as Discord chats among alumni of Musk-related enterprises, suggesting a rather unorthodox approach to staffing critical government roles. It's a well-planned operation, Feger remarked, underscoring the prior affiliations of these recruits with Musk's network. Moreover, the hosts navigated the controversy surrounding coverage of DOGE's activities, particularly following Wired's decision to name individuals working within the initiative. Feger defended the decision, asserting the public's right to know about government employees and their roles within an organization wielding significant influence over federal operations. These are young people working in the government right now, and government employees need to be public, she stated firmly. As the episode concluded, both Drummond and Feger expressed their concerns about the potential ramifications of DOGE's unchecked power and the looming threat of a constitutional crisis. Legal experts have warned that this situation could escalate if DOGE continues to disregard court rulings, particularly those limiting its access to sensitive government data. We're gearing up for a constitutional crisis right now, Feger cautioned, reflecting on the precarious balance of power that underpins U.S. democracy. In light of these developments, Wired's commitment to thorough reporting remains steadfast. The implications of DOGE's actions will resonate far beyond the immediate political landscape, prompting questions about the future of governance, data privacy, and the ethical dimensions of leveraging technology in the public sector. As the story unfolds, the world will be watching closely to see how this unprecedented experiment in government efficiency plays out and what it means for the fabric of American democracy. In an increasingly complex global landscape, the intersection of security and foreign policy is taking center stage, particularly in light of recent developments surrounding the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. As tensions escalate and diplomatic negotiations unfold, the Munich Security Conference has emerged as a critical platform for world leaders to address the ramifications of shifting alliances and geopolitical strategies. This year's conference is marked by a notable meeting between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, which comes on the heels of high-stakes talks between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. These discussions have ignited widespread concern among Ukraine and its European allies, who fear that a peace agreement could be brokered without their input, potentially jeopardizing their security and territorial integrity. Zelensky's warning against trusting Putin's assurances of peace underscores the precariousness of the situation. He has urged the U.S. to develop a strategic plan to counter Russian aggression before entering any negotiations. The Munich Security Conference, traditionally a venue for discussing defense and security matters, has become a focal point for examining the implications of the Trump administration's foreign policy shift. With Trump signaling a willingness to engage in peace talks that may require Ukraine to cede territory, European leaders are grappling with the potential fallout. EU Foreign Affairs Chief Kaja Kallas highlighted the dangers of any deals behind our backs, asserting that historical patterns of appeasement have consistently failed to secure lasting peace. As discussions unfold, the implications of Trump's America First doctrine are becoming increasingly evident. This policy direction suggests that responsibility for Ukraine's security may shift onto European allies, a notion that has raised alarms within NATO. Christoph Heusgen, head of the Munich conference, indicated that the U.S. might reduce its military presence in Europe, a move that could embolden Russia and exacerbate tensions in the region. Amidst this backdrop, Zelensky remains resolute, seeking to rally support from European nations while tempering his language regarding the potential outcomes of the talks. He acknowledges the uncomfortable reality of being sidelined in negotiations but emphasizes the need for a unified front against Russian advances. This sentiment echoes through the hallways of the conference, where diplomats and military leaders express deep concerns about the long-term implications of a potential peace that disregards Ukraine's sovereignty. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has broader ramifications that extend beyond the immediate region. As experts analyze the shifting dynamics, they highlight the necessity for a cohesive strategy that addresses not only the territorial disputes but also the underlying issues of security and stability in Eastern Europe. The evolving nature of international relations calls for a reassessment of alliances and a commitment to ensuring that the voices of affected nations like Ukraine are not drowned out in the pursuit of diplomatic solutions. As the Munich Security Conference progresses, all eyes will be on the outcomes of these critical discussions. The potential for a new era in U.S.-Russia relations, shaped by Trump's approach to foreign policy, looms large over the future of Ukraine and the security architecture of Europe. The stakes are high, and the decisions made in the coming days could set the course for not only the region but also the global order as a whole. With the world holding its breath, the need for vigilant diplomacy and strategic foresight has never been more pressing. As we look to the future, the hope is that a balanced and just resolution can be found, one that prioritizes the sovereignty and security of nations over political expediency. In an age where space exploration has become a focal point of human ingenuity and ambition, one man's monumental effort to chronicle every spaceflight mission ever undertaken stands out. Jonathan McDowell, a name synonymous with spaceflight documentation, has dedicated over 40 years to meticulously cataloging the complexities of the space industry. His monthly newsletter, Jonathan's Space Report, has evolved into an indispensable resource for enthusiasts and professionals alike, offering insights into upcoming launches and dissecting the rapid advancements within the sector. As McDowell prepares for retirement, he is not only reflecting on his career but also seeking a worthy successor to carry on his legacy of spaceflight knowledge. McDowell's immense collection, which spans approximately 90 square meters, represents one of the most extensive private archives dedicated to space exploration. This treasure trove encompasses a wide array of data, historical documents, and ephemera, capturing the evolution of space missions from their inception to the present day. I feel a mix of pride and nostalgia as I look back at the journeys I've documented, McDowell shared. But it's time to pass the torch to someone who can continue this important work. His departure from the field raises questions about the future of spaceflight documentation at a time when the industry is evolving at an unprecedented pace. With increasing private sector involvement and international collaboration, the need for accurate and comprehensive records has never been more critical. McDowell's meticulous approach has set a high standard, and it remains to be seen who will step into this pivotal role. In parallel to McDowell's retirement, significant scientific discoveries continue to unfold in the cosmos. Recently, a team of NASA scientists announced the discovery of what they believe to be the fastest exoplanet ever recorded, a Neptune-like planet being dragged through space by a hypervelocity star at a staggering speed of 1.2 million miles per hour. If confirmed, this would not only mark a milestone in exoplanet research but also deepen our understanding of the dynamics of star-planet systems. Team leader Sean Terry from NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center described the implications of this discovery. This could be the first planet ever found orbiting a hypervelocity star, offering unique insights into how such systems interact, he noted. The team utilized gravitational lensing, a phenomenon predicted by Einstein's theory of general relativity, to detect the cosmic objects. This technique allowed them to observe the minute shifts in the positions of background stars, revealing the existence of the star-planet duo hidden from the traditional gaze of light-based astronomy. As researchers continue to analyze data from sources such as the Keck Observatory and ESA's Gaia spacecraft, they aim to clarify whether the detected objects are indeed a star and its planet, or possibly a rogue planet accompanied by a moon. The results of this investigation could pave the way for future explorations of hypervelocity star systems, especially with the anticipated launch of NASA's Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope in May 2027. This advanced instrument is expected to revolutionize our capacity to explore the cosmos and may eliminate the need for follow-up observations by other telescopes. In light of these developments, the landscape of space exploration is poised for dramatic change. The intersections of McDowell's legacy in documentation and the ongoing discoveries in exoplanet research illustrate a vibrant and rapidly evolving field. As the community gears up for the next phase of exploration, both in the archives of the past and the mysteries of the future, one thing is certain: the passion for understanding our universe remains as strong as ever, underscoring the importance of both preserving history and embracing the unknown.